Yeah, and not a bad day to kind of have a groundbreaking, especially
Yeah.
around 12:15-ish.
Yes.
Should be pretty good, right?
Should see more sun by then.
Yeah.
We've been stuck underneath this pesky cloud cover, but we are watching places like Terre Haute over to Crawfordsville. Now starting to clear the sky out on the western tier of the state. That is now slowly making its way into central Indiana. Still mainly cloudy though. This is a live look up in Cicero right now, where it's mostly cloudy as temperatures have been slowly warming back through the 50s, still hanging on to 51 right now. Got that light breeze out of the east around 11 miles per hour. I do think we'll keep some clouds going at least for the next couple of hours, especially in eastern Indiana, as we eventually see the return of some sunshine and the return of the 70s this afternoon. We are headed back to 74. For a forecast high later today, we're going to keep it dry and even mild into this evening as we fall back through the 60s. Your average high is 68. Everybody gets back above that later on this afternoon with forecast highs in the 70s. Now, we've been watching this cloud coverage so far today, and you can see that definitive line over in western Indiana. Indianapolis Metro still underneath some of this pretty thick cloud cover, as well as the eastern tier of the state. But we've got high pressure in control, so that's why we are watching things clear out as the day plays on. And an overall quiet setup for us here locally. Things are getting a little more active, though, back to our west. And this is where the Storm Prediction Center is watching for today. Got the storm complex that we're expecting to not only continue to fire up, but become more robust across portions of central Kansas. In fact, we've already started to see some warnings get issued. This is going to be the target zone for severe weather for today. That level 3 of 5 target zone, basically over Wichita, will move into portions of Missouri as we get into the evening tonight, and then eventually into tomorrow. Along a cold front, we're anticipating more storm development, and the highest risk that we could see some rotating storms, and that highest severe parameter will be in central Illinois, central southern Illinois. For us here in central Indiana, we're watching the far western tier of the state. That's where we're going to have that level 3 of 5, but primarily for us, yes, we could still see some lingering rotating storms, but that primary threat is going to rotate from that to a damaging wind component as those individual storm cells kind of merge into one longer line of storms that tends to bring a higher threat of those damaging wind gusts as compared to rotating storms. And you can see how quickly that's going to taper off from west to east. This is going to hit mainly in the late evening as we're losing some of that atmospheric support. So as this tracks across the state of Indiana, we do anticipate the intensity of that line of storms to continue to weaken. So that's a good thing for us. I do think this is going to come in a couple of waves, though. Let's pick this up as we get you into Monday morning. A pretty quiet start to the day, but look how active we are forecasting this to already be back in Illinois. Warm front's going to lift through. We'll pause here as we get into the afternoon hours around 3 p.m. Embedded within this could get some thunder and lightning, could get some gusty winds as well. Although this is when we are watching in the warm sector of this weather system back into central Illinois. That's going to be your highest severe potential at this point. Warm front continues to lift northward as that cold front develops back to our west. Yes, again, some isolated storms possible Monday evening, but then after sunset, that's when this actual cold front will press through and bring that highest potential of severe weather. This is 11 o'clock at night. Cold front will continue to exit off to the east, and our severe potential is going to come to an end by about 2 o'clock in the morning early Tuesday. One more round of showers possible. Not expecting these to be severe early Wednesday morning, but what that's going to do is change up our upper level flow pattern and bring in that cooler air mass. Daytime highs fall back into the 50s starting on Thursday, and a cooler one as we head into mini marathon Saturday.